cheese.
Fuck does that even
Nigga,
mean?
just let the hook sing. One of y'all niggas gonna be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gonna be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas down to bust at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me. Now one of y'all niggas gonna be fucking with me. I got 2 bad bitches gonna be rubbing my feet. I got 3 young niggas down to bust at their heat. And all y'all ain't got nothing on me.
You can't expect your team to manage work with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a prime time matchup here in Chicago. We've got ourselves a New York Giants versus the Chicago Bears. I am one of your play-by-play hosts, CMass, and I'm joined here by the GOAT, Connor Rice. Connor Rice, man of the year. How you doing tonight, man?
You're too kind and too kind. I'm doing great, CMass. We got a really, really good matchup here. You know, Lucky was saying in the chat of the last BLN stream that perhaps people are overhyping how big this game is. I think he's underhyping how big this game is. I think especially for Lucky. I don't know if he's done like the divisional math, the tiebreaker math yet, but this is about as close to a must-win as it gets for these New York Giants. So I'll be really interested to see if they show up. And of course, we're on a long streak of people leaving their commentary on. So here we are.
It's just typical, honestly, and just typical also that they both make sure that they are conceding the game. Make sure that they are wearing dark uniforms. It just bothers the hell out of me. And already they cut the stream, so far so good to get us go ahead and get us set up for the stream. But it's the first stream I've done in a while, so welcome back for those who haven't seen me in a minute on Better League Network. Appreciate the people that have been around for a while. He desktoped, I guess. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and restart this game. But like Connor was saying, this game, as far as big time matchup, as far as tiebreakers are concerned and stuff like that for the NFC playoffs, this is a big game for both users. Kind of talk about the scenario a little bit if you have it ready.
Yeah, so I was talking about. I think this is probably a bigger game for Lucky than it is for Alex. I'll talk, first from Lucky's perspective. You have to remember, that the head-to-head is the first factor in a lot of these wild card tiebreakers. He's already lost to me. If we were to end up with the same record, I'd beat him out. Obviously, if he were to lose this game to Alex, they would, obviously, Alex would have the tiebreaker over him. I don't think Morty, even if he ends up losing to Monk, I don't like. Even after that, I really don't think Morty's going to lose another game the rest of the season. And Dan, after he plays me, he plays the Kansas City Chiefs. So Lucky was talking about how easy his schedule is to close out. You got a lot of easy schedules in the NFC wildcard race to close it out. So I don't know. I mean, I really do think that if Lucky loses this game, I think he's kind of the odd man out in the NFC unless something shocking happens. And then from Alex's perspective, this is more, I'd say, for potential divisional supremacy than anything else. Maybe Boz drops a couple. He still does have a couple more difficult games remaining, that being Boz. But I think Alex is pretty comfortably going to make playoffs regardless, especially with the end of his season against, I believe, the Chiefs and Gamble. I know Gamble, I forgot the other one. But for Lucky especially, this is super, super important.
Yeah, got to win this game. Biggest game of his life, no doubt about it. He tried to Bill Belichick the hell out of this game, just saying it was just another game. But no, this is a big game for him. He needs to step it up. Honestly, I'm thinking back in the lore of Lucky. Has Lucky ever made a conference championship before? Or
yeah, so I want to say in the final season of Madden 21, he made a conference championship against Dan. I think it was the Saints versus the Seahawks, and okay. Cam Rich kind of threw his way out of that one, but he has been in one conference championship.
Okay, I was just thinking, like, these two users, like, who can make a run? I mean, Alex has obviously been there, done that. Nah, it's been a while. Throw on the meme of the Titanic lady. It's been 84 years. That's what it feels like last time that he's ever won a championship, but some of us in the booth have never even won one, so I guess we can't talk too much shit. But I don't know. I mean, either you just got to show me something today to make me think that they could make a run here in the playoffs. And here we go. They're starting again. Hopefully not both wearing blue jerseys, because that would have been tough. Going to be a kickoff here for the Chicago Bears. The Giants are going to get, the Bears are going to get the ball first here. And your keys to the game for this Bears offense against this Giants defense.
Yeah, I think one thing I've seen out of Alex this season compared to the two previous that I really like out of him is he's finally figured out how to navigate the pocket in this Madden. We can remember in previous seasons how he would just drift back, 20-step drop back. And he's done a good job of that. I really think, and I'll say something similar about the Giants once we get to them, but I really think this is going to ride or die on Potter's legs, if you will. How quickly and how well can he get the running game established? I really think that's the key, honestly, for both teams, is who can outrush the other.
Yeah, obviously we got ourselves Potter versus Saquon Barkley, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, and Fields is going to start off in the pistol. He's going to make some adjustments out there to Darnell Mooney, give him a little shake of the head on the helmet, saying he knows what's going on, and going ahead and send a man in motion. It's a read options, handoff to Potter. Potter gets brought down quickly by number 25, Walker Jr. Great job there, bringing it down for a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's going to be key here defensively. No, this isn't the greatest front seven in the world necessarily for Lucky, but they can really get after the runner. I've seen that firsthand both times I played against Lucky, and just have to bring down Potter. You cannot let him get Freight Train activated. Freight Train, the most OP running ability in the game. Once he gets that going, it's going to be so much harder to stop this Alex offense.
Now going a completely empty set, which is unusual for Chicago. They're going to head and make it obvious that they're not running the ball here. Justin Fields has had himself an interesting cycle. Hasn't been great, hasn't dev the way he wanted to. Still started to have drops back in the pocket. Doesn't drop back 50 yards, like you said. Dumped it down to Potter, able to go ahead and get a couple yards there, make it a 3rd and short.
Yeah, and we're going to see Alex, I think, be nice and conservative in the passing game. He understands. I mean, both these users understand, I think, that they're not going against the most explosive offenses in the world, so you don't have to be stupid, don't have to take a bunch of deep shots, just play field position if you have to, play smart. That's really what this is all about.
Yeah, I don't like pressing up on the guys like that. I like to keep them out towards the sideline for those out routes, but that's just a personal preference here. He's going to go ahead and drop back. He's going to want that man underneath, throws it to him, and able to go ahead and get it in for the 1st down.
Good read. Yeah, interesting choice on the user by Lucky. He used the outside corner, perhaps trying to take away that corner around the left side. I don't hate it, but yeah, you leave the middle wide open for that. That's too easy for Justin Fields. Simple throw and catch.
I just feel like the more I watch this Madden, the less and less I see people throw in between the numbers. It just seems like everybody wants to throw outside those numbers, hand off to Potter. And I don't know what that giant was doing, but he's going to be brought down by number 13 after a couple yard gain.
Lucky got a little excited, I think, there. Shot the gap initially. It was like, I'm going to lay the wood. About 2 seconds too early there, but still, only 4-yard gain. Can't complain too much.
Lucky not complaining, but Lucky pointing out the fact that he does not have his playbook, apparently.
Ow,
but it is what it is. Justin Fields shotgun formation's got a bunch to the right-hand side. Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney, and Corey Davis with Potter in the backfield. I don't even know who the wide receiver left-hand side. Probably going to look that direction. Dump down. That's going to be a pick six more than likely. James Bradbury. That's just a blind-ass read by Justin Fields. A Kellen Heller shit right there. That's backwards. Anyways, that's a touchdown.
Shout out to Kellen Heller. I don't know who you are, but yeah, big pick six there. I almost think he may have pressed A too quickly, something, because it seemed like he threw that so quickly after the snap. I wonder if he was just hammering A, trying to get the snap off. I'd love to ask Alex about that, but yeah, you don't have your playbook, but you just got a pick six. That is a big start here, and we'll see if Alex is maybe feeling the pressure a little bit, because that's tough.
Yeah, I don't know if he just pressed A too fast, trying to hike it, but that certainly seemed like he was initially thinking, I'm going to throw this, not realizing Bradbury's going to be sitting on that flat. And great job there. You honestly don't see the CPU do well on the flats, but James Bradbury, superstar cornerback, one of the better cornerbacks in real life, able to go ahead and bring it down. So now Giants up 7-0, and they're going to be getting the ball at halftime, so that's always a nice way to start, as Justin Fields is going to go under center against this cover one defense. Justin Fields taking his time, thinking about maybe making a few adjustments. More than likely, Cole Kmet will go in a motion here based on the way he's sitting right now. Taking a few seconds. Nope, it's going to be a stretch outside of Potter. Potter's going to get a little bit of blocking here. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to be brought down by that man for a few yards there, making it a 2nd and 5.
Good click off by Lucky there, one-on-one in the open field. That was good timing. And this is, you're mentioning him coming out in cover one. This is a wide receiving core that you can feel relatively safe coming out man against. Not the fastest in the world. Mostly relies on those big bodies in the middle, so...
Yeah, I think Mooney's the fastest with 93. Mooney would be open if he was a little more patient, but Potter was there. So go ahead and take it. He's going to get it for the first down as Dan subbed for the 15th straight month. He's on himself a 3-month streak. That doesn't make sense, Twitch, but thanks anyways. Thank you, Dan, for another subscription.
Appreciate you, DBC, baby. That's a Miami brother. You and me know that very well.
Damn right he was. That was one of the people I was very excited to meet in real life. Justin Fields going to go under center here. It's going to be a handoff to Potter. Potter's got James Daniel ahead of him, just outruns him, and then jukes one man, gets it for the first down. And like you said earlier, the Giants going to have to slow it down. We haven't even seen the Giants on offense yet to talk about it, but like you said before, Potter is the engine that makes this Chicago offense go.
Yeah, you got to be real careful here if you're lucky. He's not afraid to come out in these pistol and guns concepts and then throw some unconventional runs at you. It's not necessarily just all inside zones here. Yeah, come out and nickel or dime at your own risk against Potter and company, although that was a really nice play there by the linebacker.
Obvious cover 3 and a delayed handoff on that zone, and then Taint comes in for, now this makes sense, Twitch, thank you. It says they subscribed for 18 months, currently on an 18-month streak. That's what I like to see. Thank you so much, Taint. Sends a man in motion, Corey Davis, and you mentioned clickoffs earlier. Dude Hoodie says, don't mention clickoffs, Connor. Honestly, I hate clickoffs. I hate people that do it. I just think it's just a cop-out, but whatever. Anyways, Fields drops back, his 50-step drop back. Cole Kmet able to go. What is up with the diving tackles? Oh my goodness, Cole Kmet is a grown man.
Jesus.
He needs some milk.
1st and 10 for Chicago.
I need some milk after that one, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm lucky, you've got a cloud flat over there. That's a little tough that route wasn't covered. But again, the flat's a 922, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, you're right, dude. I'll stop mentioning clickoffs. That's my bad.
And off the Potter is going to go immediately to the outside. Mooney, just a hell of a blocker to the outside, and then brought down by Peppers, I believe. Decent gain there, 2nd and 12. And I've seen some impressive blocking downfield by wide receivers on this Madden. It's either they completely whiff or they're pancaking like 6 guys.
Yeah, even Mooney there, the most undersized receiver on this team. Yeah, just holding that block for a good 4 or 5 seconds downfield. That's impressive. It's super impressive out of Mooney.
Steele says Lucky has abilities back. Yep, they're back. I just needed to log in commissioner settings and flip them back on. So that was my bad. I didn't realize I turned them off for his team. Anyway, 2nd and 2 is going to send a man in motion. Hurting the 4th. No, 5th. No, 4th. He's going to go ahead and drop back. Roman numerals. Potter's going to go ahead and go and get that one dumped outside. And the more I watch Madden lately, it just seems like those running backs are just always open. People just dumping it down, and just going to take it. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it almost doesn't matter what you do on defense, and I'm sure someone smarter than me in Madden can kind of contradict me there, but it just feels like it's so difficult to stop. You pretty much have to use road or else it's going to be open.
Yeah, it's going to be handoff to the fullback, number 25. 25 is going to be brought down fairly quickly, though. I like that run. I've seen that play before, Kenyon Drake, but anybody that runs it themselves know when it's coming. It's an obvious tell. Still a good play.
So good play, and this is a nice bounce-back drive from Alex, through just a horrific, boneheaded pick 6 on the first drive, but he's been nice and patient this drive. I like what I'm seeing here, in terms of mental fortitude out of Alex.
Stretch to Potter, needs one more block. He gets it, and he's going to get close, but he's going to get that first down regardless, and now it's going to be a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line, and I feel pretty good about his chances.
Yeah, and I'm a strong proponent, once again, of 8-minute quarters. I think we found the ideal situation, but, the New York Giants have yet to touch the ball, and we're almost done with the first quarter, so maybe...
cancels the play action, just feels he's going to walk in for the touchdown.
Too easy. Way too easy. It's hard to contain everything at once there. You've got 3 routes on the field, plus the mobility of Justin Fields, but... Yeah, God, the right tackle just bodied the DN there. He had no prayer. That was just dead on arrival for Lucky.
Just a complete body. You're going to see on the Better League Network instant replay. He cancels the play action. All the routes went to the left. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take this up to the right. Right tackle did a fantastic job holding up that defensive end. That's going to be the easiest touchdown in Justin Fields' life. And now 7-7, like you said, great answer by the Chicago team where Justin Fields just absolutely threw a terrible pass. What did I say? Kellen Heller style. And now they got themselves a tie game, and the Giants are going to have the ball for the first time this game with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Your thoughts on the Giants offense versus the Bears defense? Been waiting.
I mean, we've been waiting a long time to get these takes off, ladies and gentlemen. I have always thought that Lucky is one of the better running users in the league, but is also just way too quick to get away from the run in pretty much every big game he plays. You see that often in the playoffs. He'll just give up on it as soon as there's one or two runs to get stuff. You have evasive, you have 99 overall Saquon, use him. He's your best player, use him. Lucky as he's using him right here.
There's just all these panic dives I'm seeing. I'm mad at people that click off. I think that's kind of lame, but then also the people that just panic diving from like 10 yards out. Only Connor's good at that, to be honest.
I was gonna say, listen, we've had plenty of panic dives in New Orleans, but that's gonna be the end of the first quarter. Yeah, we have not seen.
He might get it off. Might get it off here. He does get it off. It's gonna be a handoff to Saquon. Oh my God!
Oh, Daddy!
Like you were saying earlier, Saquon Barkley is the best player on this team, one of the best players in the league. And with evasive in this next-gen movement, I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have more yardage because Saquon's just an absolute stud. He may pass it out of the backfield more to him, but, as a person that had Saquon majority of last cycle, man, it's just such a weapon. And so hopefully he continues to give him the ball here, and it looks like he might on this play on this 2nd and 9 as we're starting the second quarter. It is a handoff to Saquon. Saquon bumps back inside, brought down by Roquan Smith for a few yards.
Yeah, I'm okay with cutting that inside. I think the outside kind of area was starting to collapse for him. And 3rd and 5, I mean, it is interesting, like you mentioned, he does use Saquon a lot in the passing game. I think Saquon's the most targeted pass catcher on this team, likes to go to him a lot in the backfield. But yeah, I would love to see him get involved, first off more in the backfield, and also in more creative ways in the backfield too. Maybe some, not how much we'll like counters, maybe some power O's, not just inside zone all the time.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and drop back against this 3-man rush. He didn't use the glitch on it, and he's going to go ahead and bounce outside. Patience, and throws a pick. He's going to be intercepted by number 30. He's going to get down at the 45-yard line, and that's something you see Lucky do sometimes. He forces some passes, and he did it there. Now Chicago takes over.
And, I think he actually had that route initially when it was 10 yards deeper instead of 5, but as soon as he rolled out and the DB start playing it better, you just gotta kind of throw that away and just take your lumps. That's tough. That's a tough one.
Obvious pass here. Fields drops back, clean pocket. He's gonna go ahead and throw it upfield to a wide open Corey Davis with the swag. Gets it in for a first down at the 17-yard line.
And that's the risk you're playing here. If you keep trying to use these these outside guys, unless you're able to get pressure on Justin Fields, he's gonna have someone break wide open eventually. There, it was the corner route, and Justin Fields already in the red zone.
And off to Potter of the middle. Oh, what a good job of being patient and a late holding call, more than likely. Oh my God.
Bum bum ba-dum.
Yeah, on cue. That's unfortunate. Something so late of a call, and you never see a holding call on a negative play. It's always on a big positive play, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And we're going to see a handoff to Potter, and it's going to be brought down very quickly, and that's going to be a 2nd and long here. Now they're probably going to have to pass the ball here.
Yeah, and you have to get Alex in these 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations. Obviously, the beneficiary of a holding penalty here, but this really is it for Lucky. You have to get it in a situation where it's obvious he's passing, drop 7, drop 8 in coverage, and just hope he makes a mistake, because he will do it if you give him the chance.
Play actions, man underneath. He throws it to Komet, could get into the end zone if he dives. He's in for the touchdown.
It just feels like everything, we had that one pick 6 obviously earlier, but it feels like these last 2 drives have just been, everything's just been nice and easy, nice and simple for these Bears. He really has not been challenged on a whole lot of these plays by this Lucky led by this New York Giants defense. And I'd be, if I were hypothetically, rooting for my Seattle brother, I'd be a little worried right now because I don't love what I'm seeing here out of the Giants so far, at least on defense.
I mean, he's been able to attack the outside of the numbers within about 15 yards on the left-hand side consistently, whether it's to Potter, whether it's to Komet. So I'd be maybe kind of covering that up if I could, maybe with the purple or flat on that side. But right now Chicago's having their way with Potter on the ground for the most part, except for that hold and on the passing plays. That one big play to Corey Davis up the sideline set him up for that. Now down 14-7, hand off to Barkley. Barkley, I thought if he could have gotten that juke outside, he would have been gone. But Akeem Hicks brings him down for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, that's tough. As you said, absolutely had the hold. Just kind of ran into his own lineman there, and that's a loss of 1. And danger time here, again, like I was saying about Alex, he put Lucky in these obvious passing situations. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what he does here.
Great running user, average passing user. No, I don't want to take anything away from him, but he's an average passing user. Throws to the comeback route, which I love in this Madden, able to go ahead and get that for a first down. Danny Dimes with a good throw there.
Yeah, smart read, smart play out of Lucky there. Saw the off coverage there. Went to one of his best pass catching players in Terry there. That's nice. I was worried he was staring down Ross. Sent him on the streak there, but it was good downfield coverage by the safety over there. But yeah, did a nice kind of check to his second read there on the comeback, and as I said, wide open first down.
Dan says in the chat, damn, just saw Morty's game schedule, crying Jordan face. See you tomorrow, Connor. He's open. Yeah. Oh, my God. And he throws it directly to Roquan Smith. And Roquan Smith's got a ton of speed, but so does Daniel Jones, who brings him down. What a big play there. And I literally threw it directly to Roquan.
I mean, he had 2 routes wide open there. As you mentioned, had the corner, also had the drag open briefly. Both of his picks have been routes where if he just threw it like 2 seconds earlier, it was wide open. But I don't know. Maybe it's the lack of a playbook. Maybe he's, feeling the pressure of this game. But,
that was just, A was open. He had his
yeah.
So, and it's literally was just a level behind it. So it's not like you couldn't see it. So he just made a bad choice. And solid user play. He wasn't like a fantastic, faked him out, but, solid play on defense. Connor's so mad, completely unbiased color comp. King says, well, Morty us, no point in watching this. Oh, well, that's rude, King. I'd really appreciate it if you sticked around. 14-0, Fields under center here, 6 seconds left, hands it off to Potter. Potter's got James Daniel ahead of him, able to go ahead and juke him out, and then brought down after he gets that first down. Already 4.9 yards per rush.
Yeah, if it weren't an important game, I would say just give Morty the force win in advance, since it seemed like a Troy scheduling issue. But I don't know, that game's too important. We kind of need to let that game be played out here. And Dan, I would never come in here and be a biased commentator. That just doesn't sound like me at all.
At least it's only 24 hours because he technically could have gone to Wednesday. But
yeah,
hand off to Potter. It just, it kills the steam. Potter able to go ahead and bring it in. Touchdown.
That was kind of hot. I thought that play was dead on arrival. Had the entire D-line crashing down on him, but a nice juke to the outside. And I think, Clairvoyant Connor has been in the building the last couple streams. I think we are going to see Lucky with a couple more questionable reads before this half's over. I think we're going to see him get aggressive, and it may get ugly for him, for the Giants already, which obviously I hope not, but it's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this game here. That
was a dirty juke. I just watched it on the instant replay. Potter able to go ahead and juke it back to the open hole, able to go ahead and get it in there. Yeah, as long as Lucky can come back in this game. There's obviously plenty of game left, but history tells us Lucky usually gets away from the run and starts making some questionable reads. But let's see if he can break that trend and get himself back in this game. As I was saying before, it just kind of killed the steam because everybody was playing tonight, and it's just like, oh man, here we go, it's gonna be Vance tonight, and then all it took was one game, which understandable. Morty's a longtime user. I think Troy seems like a solid addition to Better League. As Saquon breaks it to the outside, can he break that last tackle? No, but great first start to this drive when he needs it.
It's got to be the Saquon show, baby. Again, we've seen Daniel Jones throw 3 passes. 2 of them have been picks. I really think Lucky's got to recognize this is his bread and butter. And again, a good play call there. Outside zone, one you don't normally see out of gun. And it obviously, shook Alex's user up a little bit. I don't think he was expecting it. And that's a big gain here to try to get some momentum back here as we approach halftime.
And off to Saquon, great blocking downfield. First time he gets touched is 9 yards down the field. And that's what you want to see. 2nd and 1.
100%, yeah, good start to this drive. And to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, Lucky losing this game would help me, actually. In terms of just, pure, New Orleans Saints, what would be good for the Saints. Alex winning this game would be good for me. But, again, that's a Seattle brother, ladies and gentlemen. I can't do it.
Oh, can't do it. Saquon. And I was just talking to somebody. I went to a hibachi, and you know how that's got that open seating or whatever around it, and so we got sat next to these people, and they were from Seattle. And I was thinking about my Seattle bros back there, and I was like, I've heard nothing but nice things about Seattle, and of course they were telling me don't go there. But anyways, I go there for you guys. Lucky has his tutorial pop-ups on. Yes, Justin. There's a lot of Madden players that still do for whatever reason.
You got to learn how to dive, how to juke, all that. Some of us
How
deep in
aggressive are you
season
going
3
to be here
still
on
don't
this
know how.
4th and 2?
You have to go for it. I really think you have to go for it. You're outside of field goal range. We are about to see, I believe, no, the Giants get the ball back. Who gets the ball?
The Giants will be getting the ball at halftime, so it would be ideal for Lucky to get himself at least a field goal on this drive to then have a chance to knock it down to a one-score game here. Yeah. Daniel Jones obviously looking for the John Ross route or a Slayton route here. Slayton's not going to be open. John Ross isn't either, so he's going to dump it down. That's a great read there. Evan Ingram will go ahead and get that in.
Best read of the day there for Daniel Jones. Yeah, that was beautiful. And to be clear, you have to go for it there. That's the 4th and 2 opposing side of the field. But yeah, obviously time not an issue at this point. You can keep establishing the run if you want to. Still Chicago with, all 3 M factors activated. But that was a nice read by Daniel Jones in a clutch situation.
And keep in mind, Chicago has that M factor for the kicking as well. Isn't it like a faster meter? I always forget what it is.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, as Saquon gets that, I probably would have preferred him. Oh, wow. Never mind. Yeah, I was going to say I prefer him to just go out of bounds there, but you know what? With all that time evasive, he spun like 10 yards. That animation. It's so nasty. So nasty on this Madden.
There were 4 Bears defenders about to take him down there. That was ridiculous.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I'm regretting my my Lamar trade to Washington. I should have done it and got Saquon from the Giants. I blew it. 2nd and 1 here. Don't clip that. Don't tell Lucky, because he'll give me a hard time. You clip it, I'll report you.
Yeah, and if I'm New York here, obviously you don't want to operate as if you assume you're going to score a touchdown any play you want to. But I'm content, if you get stopped here in this play, let the time run down, force them to call timeout. You don't want to give Chicago the ball back with a whole bunch of time here.
I might just keep running it.
Yeah.
And off Saquon, easy touchdown.
Absolutely beautiful there. Yeah, nice bounce back drive again. I was concerned that we were going to see Lucky just say fuck it and chuck it. Instead, beautiful drive, led primarily by Saquon, by, again, the best player on that entire team. And we have a game again, ladies and gentlemen. If he can get a stop, gets the ball back, down 7, obviously with ball to start the second half. This is still very much anyone's game here in Chicago.
And there's a key word in there that said if he gets a stop. Because if Chicago is able to go ahead and go down the field here in those 43 seconds and get themselves a field goal or a touchdown, going to be all for naught. So he needs to make sure he gets a stop here. That way he gets that ball at halftime and has a chance to tie it up. So got to make sure we get a stop here. And for the most part, they haven't been able to do so. But most of it's been, for the most part, dumping it down on the left-hand side like we talked about within 15 yards. But play well here, Lucky. Let's see what you got here. Is Justin Fields. I mean, your thoughts on Justin Fields' development or lack thereof?
It's unfortunate. I'll just say that. Oh my goodness!
I thought that was going to be a pick. Allen Robinson, the veteran, able to go ahead and come back to the ball a little bit, able to go ahead and get that in. Risky 11-yard gain.
I mean, Alex, just based on his play style, he was never going to be with QB breakouts not being a thing anymore. He was never going to be the guy to get Justin Fields all the way to X Factor. But it is tough, when you take the Bears primarily to dev Justin Fields, and then you don't have him at superstar yet in season 3. It's not ideal.
I don't understand the quarterback breakout scenarios. Did they announce that they were taking him out? Was it just a glitch? Whoops.
No, they sure didn't.
He had a post wide open if he waited. Potter able to go ahead and get a big gain though on the 50-yard line. But it's just we're just oh, they're gone. Oh well. I don't know. I like them a lot. I like them better than Pro Bowl, 1,000 times better than Pro Bowl. But that's just my personal opinion.
I 100% agree with that. And this is something that Cody's been hammering, and I'm going to hammer it too here. 3-man rushes are a waste of time. This man, you will not get pressure unless you have
If you make the correct adjustment, you can.
Oh, shit.
If you make the correct adjustment, you can.
Well,
not going to get it here. Yeah. Justin Fields drops it down to Potter. Potter gains 3 yards. I'm not sure that was worth it. 2nd and 7.
Yeah, sure wasn't. Okay, well, some of us aren't privy to the adjustments, but 2nd and 7. He's on the edge of field goal range here. I think he's a relatively powerful kicker, so really all you need, I think, is 10 more yards here, and you should feel pretty good if you're Justin Fields.
I'll tell you the adjustment after the stream.
Let's go, baby.
Field, shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side. And he's going to go ahead and drop back. He wants those crossers. He's got Robinson, maybe. Nope, that's going to be a pick, I think. James Bradbury, no! What did he do, Connor? What did he do?
He dropped it. Whoa, not yet.
Run button.
Let's calm down a little bit on that. But, oh, my God. No, I got you next time. You caught me off guard.
That's all good. It's all good. And then I messed up with the button click. See, obviously we're rusty here, but this game, I mean, this is honestly a practice game for when playoffs come back. But very excited to do this game. It's been a while since I've been in the booth. Justin Fields drops back, and he's going to go ahead and throw it up the Cole Kmet. Come on. Able to go ahead and get it in there. Wow, it's interesting to see him throw it within 15 yards outside the numbers on the left-hand side. More than one here. I mean, how aggressive are you here?
Yeah, you go for it. You try to get yourself within field goal range. Even if you don't get it, you're giving the Giants back with about 10 seconds in midfield. I'd feel pretty comfortable about holding him, especially with, as you said, the M factor that leads to the quick meter on the field goal. I think that's all day you go for this if you're Chicago.
And it's tough, that first field goal. I've only played Chicago once, and it was I just remember that first field goal I missed, and I was just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So it takes some adjusting. 4 seconds left, and I think he's thinking, maybe I shouldn't do this. Then cause timeout. Big old pussy move there. Looks like
shout out to Dan. We'll see if he can make this Justin Tucker-esque field goal here.
65 yards. No, I don't know how long this one is. I'm not sure what the math is, but looks like it's got the distance, and it is going to be good for 3 points there. So, like we said before, Lucky needed to stop him, didn't get it.
I mean, Dan, they turned every decent kicker into Justin Tucker and even decent punters, too. What's going on? What's going on here, Dan?
Yeah, I was never a big fan of the punter to kicker move, but I get it. 16 comes out of the backfield. 16 able to go ahead and get right around the 20-yard line, the old touchback area. Now 6 seconds left. I anticipate they'll probably just kneel it out.
Yeah, unless something wild happens here, we're going to see a 24-14 ball game. I think it's going to be a run.
Yeah, I agree. Hand off to Barkley. Barkley got, oh my, I love that spin. I miss it. Able to go ahead and get close to the first down, and that's going to be the first half. Your thoughts, Connor, on the first half? 24-14. Bears lead the way.
Yeah, good first half of football here on Better League Network. I do think I would be concerned if I'm Lucky, and the reason I say that is we've seen one, very fluky pick six by Justin Fields, which again I think was him just hitting it too many times, I would suspect. But other than that, it's just been way too easy on offense. Both through the air and on the ground. Alex has been able to do pretty much whatever he wants to do. I feel pretty good, on offense here if I'm Lucky, especially with Saquon having gotten going recently. But it really does feel like unless Alex can make some random just boneheaded read, I don't know where these stops are necessarily going to come from here in the second half. Because he's getting zero pressure is another thing. It's one of those zero pressure games.
Yeah, so far zero pressure for sure. The man just got to manufacture some pressure. He drops back. B's there. B's still there. B's just waiting there. Took way too long to throw it. John Ross was just like waving at Daniel Jones, waiting for it. 2nd and 10.
Now, I don't know what Lucky's looking at here because he had the flats open for like the good first half of that play. Then, as he said, he had Ross wide open. I don't know. Even this is gonna sound so disrespectful, but even by Lucky's standards, he's having a really bad passing game today.
Yeah, Saquon is having himself a solid running game. 12 rushes, 83 yards, and a touchdown, and I think he's made at least 42 missed tackles based on what I'm seeing in a base of 3rd and 1 here. And you got to get this first down. You can't go 3 and out coming out at halftime. You got to take advantage of the fact that you're able to sneak that pick six at the beginning of the game and get the ball at halftime. So you got to get this first down, try and get some points from this drive. Here comes that strong safety, McCoy. And didn't matter. Oh, here goes Saquon. Here he goes. Can he break this one? He's got tons of speed. Jalen Johnson does not. But somehow Jalen Johnson's on his horse. He's going to bring him down. Jalen Johnson with the 89 speed had the angle on him. 13 rushes now, 139 yards.
Well, Jalen Johnson with a massive display of heart there to stop Barkley from getting the end zone. I was going to yell at Lucky to flip that play because I thought, with the blitz coming from that side, I thought that was going to be broken. But, Saquon Barkley, ladies and gentlemen, get yourself one.
Yeah, man, that's tough. I thought that was going to be a touchdown for a minute. When I saw Jalen Johnson was the fastest guy behind him, I thought he had it. Drops back, B's not there. Has who he wanted, an X. Ooh, that was nice. I like that. That was in the succulent dot.
That was succulent. That was beautiful, And again, Ladies and gentlemen, you've got these fast receivers like John Ross. Don't just send them on streaks all the time. They're just as lethal in these drag routes, these crossers. You're able to get them kind of in space. Even if it's not a streak. I like what Luck has done with John Ross, and I would encourage guys like our dearly departed Payne and guys like Kumar as well. With Ruggs, don't just send them on streaks all the time. They can be even more lethal in other route concepts.
Yeah, and I like that. I mean, he threw that right in between 3 players in their zones. I mean, he anticipated the problem with that play is that he anticipated the user wouldn't go back there, which was a little risky, but succulent nonetheless. So now he's within 3 points for his, not so great as this game has gone for Lucky. He's still within 3 points here. Just need to get yourself a stop. Easier said than done stopping Potter right now because Potter's been not quite as hot as Saquon, but still hot nonetheless.
Yeah, Alex is just having a good game in general. Again, after that first drive, he's been pretty much perfect on offense.
Stretch-a-rooney.
Very obvious cover 3.
Potter gets it outside, and he took a bad angle on that one. And Potter just keeps going. Great blocking there. 12 rushes, 77 yards. And I hate it. I hate to see that when you got that inside help and you try to cut it inside instead of taking it outside out. But I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, 100%. And as you mentioned, tough angle by Lucky. If you're going to try to cut the inside there, you really got to dive or something.
There we go.
Okay, another stretcher. Yeah, there you go.
Very nice job by Jalen Ferguson, former Raven, able to bring him down for a 1-yard loss on that stretch alert bubble. I like to see it. Able to contain him on the outside there. 2nd and 11. Now you're putting the hands into Justin Fields' hands, and I'm putting the ball in Justin Fields' hands. You knew what I meant. Been a while. And that's where you want it to be, honestly, with Big Alex. And it's going to be a play action, drops back. He wants to man underneath on either side. He's going to take one on the left. I'm so interested to see
your zone.
A left-hand side within 15 yards outside the numbers.
I know Alex is really just like the variety here in the passing game is just unbelievable. But yeah, Lucky's got to stick to his zone there. I mean, you got to recognize, the Cloud Fat's going to guard that other drag. Just stick to the left side. You'll be fine. Trust your players.
Or, bump into the player. I'm just kidding.
Or,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. This is a sim league, sir. We would never.
Motion, and I think he wants to throw it within 15 yards underneath there to the left-hand side.
Oh.
He throws it to 25. Able to go ahead and get that first down.
Brutal. I mean, that's the one time Lucky's really gotten pressure all game here, and still able to roll out to the left and find Kenyon Drake. If you're the Giants, you just gotta something's got to give eventually here. You just keep playing smart, keep playing efficient, and man, he is just
comes the power to Potter, I think.
Yeah.
And off to Potter. Potter able to go ahead and get a couple yards there. 14 rushes and just about 80 yards. Solid game. 2nd and 7.
But he keeps I'd throw in some baseline. I'd throw in something, some cover X, show Y, maybe, because every time again, obvious man coverage here. All of his coverages are just very diagnosable pre-snap here.
Again, I expect a maybe outside zone here from Potter. Nope. Drops back, 4-man rush, dumps it down to Potter. Make this solid tackle. Oh, we love that animation.
One of my favorite new Madden 22 animations where they have a seizure, they just fall down. That's brutal.
Yeah, that was interesting. My favorite is when they bump into the back of the offensive lineman for in a second you're behind them and you can't get around them and all of a sudden fall on your back. And we're gonna see that here in a second, and boom, there it goes. All right, back to live play. And is he gonna use mid blitz against the mid blitzer? We'll see. Actually didn't see what his play art was. Nope, drops back. He's gonna want Potter underneath. Nope, gonna dump it down to Mooney underneath. And missed dive. Gonna be short. And we got ourselves an injury to Stephon Tuitt, former Pittsburgh Steeler. And 4th and 1 here. You're Chicago. You're in field goal range.
Go for it.
Okay.
I don't care. 4th and 1. All day you go for it, especially with Potter on this team. Especially given how easy it's been on offense all day. Yeah, go for this. 100%.
And are you running it or are you passing it?
Well, let me see what type of look I'm getting from the defense too.
What do you initially call that?
Run.
This is a hard run for me.
Run.
Despite what Walker's doing, this is still a
don't
run for me.
care. Run.
Yeah. And here,
okay.
Wow, throws it to Robinson. Oh, Robinson, the veteran, able to go ahead and hold on to that one on the 4th down. Big first down. We got to start to hurry up. You know what that means? It's been a while, but Justin Fields' shotgun formation with Potter on the left-hand side. He's got left-hand side. He's got a Corey Davis. Going to go ahead and hand it off to Potter. Potter's going to come back up in the middle, and then Leonard Williams brings him down for a decent gain.
Yeah, and I think it may. Oh no, he doesn't have his playbooks. I was about to say, Lucky hasn't even set his custom audibles, but he doesn't have his playbooks. So
I don't really have those either, to be honest. Who audibles? I just call and play. Hope for the best.
I audible 5 times a play on defense. What do you mean?
On defense, I'll audible, but offense, I rarely unless it's from past a run.
Ooh, this is you got to guard that seam on the left side there if you're lucky here.
Handoff here to Potter.
never mind.
Potter, it cuts it back inside. Able to go ahead and get a few yards. He takes advantage of Potter's power by cutting back on those stretches there, and I think that's why he's a big fan of them. But nice job there on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he's. We remember red zone steal.
Yeah, we
maybe
remember. I love how we both laughed at the same time. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It was actually last playoffs I did a red zone, in the divisional or the wild card round. I forget. I had a lot of free time during that time, unfortunately.
we should. Oh gosh. We should. Ooh.
Gonna hurry it up here. You know what that means?
Time out if you're New York. Time out if you're New York.
He's not.
Time out.
And it's play action. Wow, what a gift.
Oh, okay. Well,
takes off with fields. This is probably gonna be a touchdown. Oh, he slides.
Oh my!
For the touchdown.
Wait. That shouldn't be a touchdown.
It shouldn't
He
be.
absolutely slid before he.
It shouldn't be,
That's
but
tough.
it is.
I'd be hot if I were lucky. That's unfortunate. Let me see this again. Off the.
Well, maybe.
Close.
I don't know. I feel like he's giving himself up before he crossed the line.
He
I love that
absolutely
view they
did,
just
yeah.
gave us.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah. I think
922 finally getting something right.
The beginning of the slide, ref. Yep, Dan's right. Dan's right. And, Steele, we'll probably get a red zone here before, maybe a couple more before the end of the cycle. I think it's good.
I mean, we should try to.
It's good for
We
my
should try to
mental
coordinate in the playoffs. Try to get a. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. But we should try to coordinate one in the playoffs. Try to see if we can get some schedules lined up.
health. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to do maybe once or twice a season. I can't do it like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
Kickoff here, and pretty much there's always the same people. Just Justin begging to play at 9 for somebody. Please play me at 9. 1st and 10. Giants taking over, down by 10 here, and get something out of this one as first-time chatter. Want to become famous? I think I'll pass.
I mean, yeah.
How do
Wait,
I do
let's
it?
hear him out.
Ah, too late. Already banned him. Good run there by
Damn.
Saquon. Saquon to go ahead and be brought down after a decent gain. Look at that. 10 yards per rush. I mean, why would you do anything else?
Yeah, and even with Chicago starting to stack the box here, starting to play for the run, Saquon's still just getting whatever he wants. Lucky, he's had 2 just horrific interceptions, but he's done a really good job in the running game, I have to say. Now, he's always hitting the right
great
RB.
job.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice job.
Thank you. I was about to yell at him, but yeah, he's doing a good job in the open field.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I'm not seeing both these users have such mobile quarterbacks. Why am I not seeing more play action rollouts out of these guys? With these simple reads that you could do, and then wow. Try to run a counter special. Not able to go ahead and get that one successful.
Listen, I mean, he's not me, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be clear about that. Only some of us are cracked enough to do counters, but that's that's tough. He didn't even. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's tough.
The D line just said no.
5 for 8. That's right, Steele. Yeah, again, I don't know why we don't see more play action rollouts out of these guys, but it looks like we're going to get a play action here. I'm not a big fan going to the short side of the field. Also not a big fan of sending 2 guys to the same area with the comeback and the slant, but that's just me. 6 seconds left. He's got to make a few more adjustments here. He's got to get this one off. He's got 3 seconds left. He's got 2. 1. He's going to go ahead and get this one off. Fakes. He's got a wide open, but double covered because it's in both the same area, and then chucks it into double coverage. Not a fan.
I'm gonna have words for Lucky next time we meet up. Maybe for Seattle U game, maybe something else. The reads, and I say this, I'm very self-aware of how bad of a passing user I am, but the reads have been questionable. I'll just say that the reads have been questionable.
Kellen Heller type, if you'd say.
Yeah, facts.
First round of playoff red zone is like first 2 days of March Madness. I take that as a huge compliment. You take that as a huge compliment. Even though it's not me that makes it exciting, it's obviously the games that do. I just show it to you. Daniel Jones drops back. He's gonna have oh my. I mean,
Oh my god.
I don't know about that one. And now it's gonna be a 4th and long, and it's too early. I think he's gonna end up punting it.
I think he's gonna put your fours in the chat. Put your fours in the chat. Let's go, baby.
Put him in there, ladies and gentlemen. Put him in there. Dan, you're saying what's going on, Andrew? I'm assuming you're talking to Lucky. 4th and 14, down by 10. He's going to go ahead and punt this one. Let's see if he can just go ahead and just get a nice punt here, pin him back, and that's going to be within the 10-yard line. Oh, no. Yep. Okay, we're good. We're good. 6-yard line. Great job. About as good as you can ask for. Did you see the beginning of my my first game against Chap? I accidentally fair caught it on the 1-yard line. Next play safety. That
yes, I did, because you weren't looking at the screen. That was so funny.
I wasn't paying
attention.
attention.
And then took a safety.
I panicked, and then, yeah, that was great.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, stack in the box here. I don't like a safety wearing 13. I don't know why that bothers me. Potter, again, a stretch. A lot of stretches from this Bears team.
Yeah. But, I mean, Lucky's got to adapt to it here. You know, maybe spread the D line, try to play that a bit better. You know, you've got to assume if it's a single back there, it's probably going to be a stretch to the left side. He's just not playing it particularly well.
Here comes that stretch alert RPO, I think. If I was to guess. Nope. It is a power to Potter. Potter just runs it right up the middle with Freight Train, and you got to do everything you can to try to get that Freight Train off, which takes a tackle for loss. So gonna have to be a little bit more aggressive, and you know he's up by 10 with Freight Train. You know he's going to be running that ball a lot more often than you normally probably would. We're going to see some hero type play calling here. And just breaking tackles like it's nobody's business.
This is bad. This is very, very bad for New York. You know, obviously, as I said, down 10. Time's continuing to tick away here. You got Freight Train activated. I'd almost just run commit this play and just be like, if you're going to pass it, then fine, get your 1-play touchdown, give me the ball back faster. But you got to do something to get Freight Train off, because otherwise you're going to just die a slow death. Oh well, good thing you didn't listen to me.
Cole Kmet just breaking tackles like it's nobody's business too. Yeah, able to go ahead and hit that one up the seam, and I think he audibled that one for a vertical. A lot of people looking. I was watching Justin's game earlier, and I swear to God, if I saw one more vertical route with the tight end just straight up the middle, just forcing it, I was gonna lose my mind. But worked for him. As Potter's gonna go ahead and, oh wait, no it didn't. He lost. I forgot. For some reason I thought he won. Anyway, 2nd and 5.
Justin winning on a BLM game? Yeah, no, that's unheard of.
I think the last time he won on BLN was a wild card round of season 1. Not really sure he played.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Jesus,
it's been a while. Handoff here to Potter, and then
no,
yeah,
no.
brought down. But you know that's a 3rd and short. 3rd and short here. I mean, I don't know if I'd run commit here, but I certainly would be thinking about it.
If he comes at gun, that complicates things here. Yeah. Oh no, well, don't run commit now.
Yeah,
never mind.
Makes my life a little bit more thinking. I might even pass commit here. Call me crazy. 8, 7. Got to get this one off. Not a big fan of this defense right now. He drops back. He wants that outside route. Not there. He's got corner just wide open.
So many people are open. So many people are open. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. He's obviously staring down that left-hand side. That those two guys on the right-hand side, he didn't even know they existed. And they were wide the hell open. He was so focused on that left-hand side for whatever reason. And again, I keep coming back to why is he not doing more play action with Justin Fields? Play action rollouts should be a staple in both these guys' offenses right now, just like it should be in yours. Like with the mobile quarterback, you got to do a lot of play action rollouts. Was me here on Battle League Network? I think it was Red Zone, maybe. I don't recall, Justin, to be honest. Oh, good hit there. Good hit there. But 2nd and 2, and you know what? He's got to stop him on this one here to have some time left.
Yep, and this is where I know I've said it like 5 times. Just run commit. I don't care. If he scores, he scores. It's fine. You gotta just get the Freight Train off here, because run commit would have been nice, but here we are.
3rd inches, maybe. Nope, they give him the first down. Wasn't red zone normal BLN game, says Dan. Yeah, I love when we put the 4s in the chat. And we get like 2 people that do it. One person other than us that does it. But then like they comment within like 30 seconds later about other stuff. It's like, what the hell, guys? It takes 2 seconds to put a 4 in the goddamn chat. As Cole Kmet able to go ahead and get it for the touchdown.
Beep, 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 beep. I mean, that's going to be a game right there. Big win for Alex. Trying to keep pace with Boz in the divisional race, and this pretty much, I think, secures his spot in the NFC playoffs. Things would have to go just crazily wrong for him to not make it at this point with that record. And if you're lucky, I mean, I know, again, he was talking about like people overhyping this game. I really do think like he needs help at this point if he's going to make the playoffs. Again, look at those tiebreakers, ladies and gentlemen. He's not in a good spot.
Not in a good spot. Down 17 points, under 3 minutes. Going to be very, very difficult for this Giants team to come back in this one. Let's talk about the NFC playoff picture since this one's almost basically over. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen, but if you could describe it to us right now, obviously Washington 1 seed, but after that, what's it looking like?
Yes, I want to say 2 seed. You have Cody, then Boz, then whoever wins between Morty and me, which is looking like probably Morty at this point. And then in the wild card you have a soup, if you will. You've got 4 users kind of all in the same ballpark here between myself, Alex, Dan, and Lucky. So it's going to be 3 of those 4 users are going to make it as we nearly have another interception there. But boy, 88 passing yards and Madden 22. You hate to see that, but it's be interesting. I mean, you have to consider, Little Alex the prohibitive favorite within the conference, but I do think there are a couple of guys capable of beating him. I do think Dan's capable of that. If Cody, Cody definitely has a mental block against Little Alex, but if he can get out of that, he definitely has the pure skill to beat him. And then I do think, if a couple more of us, like Commission Alex, for example, are able to make it grimy enough on him, they could potentially beat him. But I mean, it's Little Alex than the field, honestly. I don't think he can look at it any other way.
Yeah, both remaining games have now been rescheduled for tomorrow. The latest being 9 p.m. Eastern, so not too bad. Lucky looking under him. He's just had some risky throws. And Saquon gets brought down inbounds. That's going to be the 2-minute warning here. Sounds like the NFC's a cluster, to be honest.
Yep.
That's what you love. That's what you love.
How do you feel about the AFC playoffs on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a lock for the most part. The 1 seed's going to be Hero. And then it's pretty much a lock that Justin's going to be 2. And then it's just a matter of King or Austin, King or Scranton Austin, who's going to get that 3rd seed. And then 4th seed's going to be Cook. That's pretty much a lock. And then Steel is obviously a lock. So pretty much it's 3 that's open, and then 6 and 7. And 6 and 7, 6 is probably going to be an AFC East team, and then 7's probably going to be Bengals or Ravens. And I feel like the NFC feels a little less open. AFC, I mean, I feel confident that anybody that makes it in the playoffs can probably win it, except for Justin. Justin will probably win his wild card game, depending on who he plays. But I don't see him making a run. But anybody else, I could really see making a run.
Kook was my dark horse Super Bowl contender, up until a few weeks ago. But then I looked at it, and the only user with a winning record he's beaten is me. So maybe I'm just trash. I don't know. But I'm
he beat me
here
this
to
year.
retract that take. Oh, did he? Potentially. Maybe he had another one, too. But it's been a pretty weak schedule, I'll say, in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, Kook's, but you never know with Kook. He could just show up. That's the thing with him. Sometimes he just shows up.
But he's capable, and he's got that set feet lead now. Trevor Lawrence has those abilities. So
you give anybody, you give any user in this league, gunslinger, set feet leader, pass lead, and all of a sudden they're a playoff user for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Steele won a Super Bowl, dude.
And he needed escape artist and set feed lead, or not escape artist and pass lead elite to get it.
That's facts.
Although I honestly didn't watch that Super Bowl. Maybe he didn't really use the escape artist. I don't know. Just kidding. He used it every fucking
play. Used it. I was about to say. Let's be clear about that.
I saw the highlights.
Early and often.
Yeah. But good for him. Anyways, I doubt he repeats. We'll see though. We might even see every season a new AFC team representing. For all I know, there's just so many good users in the AFC.
Possible. Yeah, I can see that.
And I probably would have seen a little bit more disparity in the NFC if there wasn't one user that got a god tier player. But you know what? He probably would still represent majority of the not. He's a good user regardless of Lamar.
Yes. I mean, he made the Super Bowl with Tyrod Taylor season 1, so he's obviously
True story.
Fully capable of it. I do think. Let's leave it. Okay, dump off on 4th and 14. Good play call there out of Lucky, but I do think. I really like what I've seen out of Hero this season based on the couple of his streams I've been able to catch. It seems like he's back to that kind of West Coast, run-heavy offensive attack that carried him to his season 1 ring. I think he kind of lost himself a little bit last season in terms of his offensive approach, but he's back. Yeah, I'm sure he does. But
he knows it's just basically just don't fuck up on offense and let that defense just take over.
That's how it is in Cleveland, baby. I know that firsthand.
Just let Nick Chubb do his thing. Don't turn the ball over and move down the field. Dump it down. Take the occasional shot if it's there, but don't risk it. And he's been playing well, doing it that way, just not turning the ball over and winning games.
I'd say he's doing a really good job. And I don't even know, Hero would probably be my favorite. And then after that, I really don't know. I mean, there are, as you said, a lot of capable users.
Like I said, I could see pretty much anybody. King says Kook is not capable.
Oof. Oof.
I mean, I've seen him get on a hot streak where he wins 2-3 playoff games, but you never know.
I think
lead, you got an easy mode at quarterback. It certainly gives you an advantage. I was so thankful that Baker didn't get one because if Baker Mayfield got one of them, I would have lost it. I pray to God that Don gets it somehow.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, I mean, so what? Assuming you get the dev upgrade, is Don superstar now, or what's it gonna be?
He's superstar now. So if he gets in top 4 average of passing yards and passing touchdowns, he'll get X Factor or Pro Bowl, which I don't think Pro Bowl is an option based on what I'm seeing. But yeah, I mean, and he's got as good a shot as anybody to get a easy mode. So praying for that, or it's a wasted cycle. Let's be honest.
Oh no!
Because I mean, if he doesn't get it this year, then we're gonna need a whole nother season to get it. It's just by the time I actually get it, it'll be season 6. So it's like you gotta get it. I'll be in the booth after I blow my nose.
By the time I actually get it, it'll be 6.
And if you could turn our stream off, Lucky, I'd appreciate it. Somebody was listening in. Just kidding.
Yeah,
that's completely okay. We got Lucky in here in the chat. Lucky, tough loss.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and get your overall thoughts here before we ask any questions.
Yeah, the comments about listening to the stream during the game. It's just wild to hear somebody talk shit about how you're not disguising any coverages and say this is obviously man, not even get it right. Like, Connor, what are you doing?
That was Connor, actually. Yeah, we're okay. We're good. Yeah, Connor, what the hell?
It's pretty cool watching the people, just say things like that when they don't really know what they're talking about very much. But I understand you're just trying to drive ratings, and you're doing a pretty good job of that. I'm sure we had
I appreciate that.
a decent amount of people in here, and I love you. But
sure did.
Yeah, ooh, that hurt more than any interception. Ooh, gotta say. But
the game though?
No. Yeah, the game. Oh, wait, was there a game?
Yeah, apparently.
No, the Giants didn't get the message about that one. I don't think that they heard that there was a game today. I don't know. Like, obviously, there was some tough interceptions in there. I don't know how it's gonna sound, but I stand by the reads for the most part. I know I didn't see the field that well. Alex has a great defense, especially bobbling up with his zones. He's really solid. I felt like the first one I had my guy coming across an out route, and the defender was 10 yards in front of him. And, I thought that I could throw the ball to a guy who was 10 yards behind the defender, and he wouldn't be able to catch it. And I guess I was wrong there. So maybe I need to reevaluate how the game works in that sense. The second one, Roquan Smith jumped from 6 yards behind my guy when I threw it. Like, again, I thought he looked blatantly wide open. I got some really tough. His defenders were just reacting to everything. It's kind of what I'm trying to get at here. It really felt like I'm speaking specifically about those 2 interceptions, not any other bad reads I may have had. I was definitely a little bit late on some things. I know that there was that one post route where I threw it late, and I saw him late, but I saw him open pretty much the second he got open. But I knew if I threw at that point, the throw likely would have gone out of bounds. So I made the mistake in that I waited for him to stop once he got to out of bounds and then throw it, because I didn't think that the linebacker would get out there quite so quick, but unfortunately he did. I don't know. I don't obviously think it was a good game I played, but I don't think that the interceptions were some atrocious display or anything. Saquon obviously had a great game. My defense didn't. The playbook situation was really rough. I lost I lost most, honestly, of what I actually ended up calling. I didn't have any 46. I didn't have any 44. Dwayne Potter was just going off. And I don't like calling 3-4 to stop the run. So really the only defense I had was 4-3, the one with the 6 guys on the line. And so that was kind of difficult for me. That's not a formation I'm honestly very familiar with, and I had to go to it a lot. So I was just very fish out of water there as far as plays I could even call on defense. I don't want to take anything away from Alex. He 100% deserved the win, but it just felt like it added a significant amount of difficulty. not having my playbook like I expected to.
Well, first off, Lucky, I want to say congratulations on getting your abilities back. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's huge. That was fun.
Unfortunately, Dan says in chat, next gen stats, Giants, when their abilities are visible, 0-1. So not the start you wanted on that one, but you somewhat answered my question, which was basically going to be how much of a factor was not having your playbooks, and did you request to restart again to get their playbook, or did you just not ask?
I commented to Alex after the game, pretty much what I just said, that like full credit to him, but that it made the game so difficult. He said I should have asked. And yeah, I mean, I probably should have. When it happened, we had already restarted once. We're on BLM, so I don't want to like hold people up for another one. I figured I'm just going to go for it. How bad can it be? And I think that was a little bit misguided. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I probably should have. I was trying to save people a little bit of time.
And if you were last,
maybe in the future I won't do that.
I think if you were last game, people would throw the pitchforks out, but otherwise,
Yeah.
I think 99% of the league would have been okay with it, except for maybe Steele. Connor, any questions for the coach?
Well, first off, I do want to apologize for misdiagnosing the defense. Obviously, not the best passing user over here, so shocking to misdiagnose some coverage. But I will ask you, obviously, this moves you to 8-7 on the year. I do think this game was maybe a little bit more important than you did heading into it, but like we won't get into the tiebreakers, all that. Just what is your path? Like, if you do end up making the playoffs, what is your pathway, or what do you need to do to take that step from good user to great user within the NFC? Because we see, like, every time Saquon gets the ball, you've got some of the best stickiness in the league. I'll take that however you want to. But what is kind of like the next step for the Giants in terms of potentially competing for Super Bowls here?
I mean, I don't think it's really a secret. I think everybody knows that I'm not the cleanest with the ball. Daniel Jones last year, I had the most efficient passing season of my Madden career. And honestly, like, I'm not positive what changed. I don't feel like I'm playing that much different. I don't think I'm making many different play calls. I think early on in the season, I had a rookie receiver that I wanted to develop, and so I know that played a part in some things. But it really, the second half, I've kind of tried to go back to old ways, and I don't know what's quite going wrong there. I was playing really intelligently last season, and this season I'm not. And honestly, I couldn't tell you what exactly I have to do to get back to that. I just know that that's pretty much it, protecting the ball. Obviously, Alex has my number, this man. He's a bad matchup for me. I think he's obviously a really solid user, but he just 100% has my number. So I think that would also be part of any run I might want to make, is avoiding him in the bracket.
It is all about matchups, and unfortunately, this is a tough one for Lucky, who drops to, I think you said 8-7. Let's bring in the commissioner himself, who made his BLN debut in the booth earlier today, who got himself a victory on BLN in the same day. Good day for you on BLN today, I think, Alex. What are your overall thoughts on the game?
Oh, I think so too. I think the biggest thing was not getting hung up on that stupid pick six I threw on my first drive. It's just total stupid read, but we just kept through. We just kept going, and we pushed through and won. We played good defense, except for a few slip-ups. I could not stop Saquon at all. That was the hardest thing, but thankfully the pass defense showed up today.
Yeah, I don't think anybody can really stop Saquon. It's just a matter of trying to keep him contained. And for the, there's a couple big runs that he had, but for the most part, I feel like, the stat book won't say it, but I feel like you've kept him fairly contained enough to keep the Giants in third down situations where he had to pass and unfortunately make some bad reads. What do you feel like it was that your defense was doing to confuse the opposing quarterback?
I would like to refute Lucky's interception claims, not to be like toxic or anything, but Roquan Smith didn't jump 6 yards. He was standing right in the way of the ball, got thrown right to him. Then the one to Darby, it was like a crossbody throw, just a bad angle right to him. I mean, I play a lot of 3-man rush. I'd like to leave a lot of guys in coverage. I like to let them make the mistake. I don't rush the passer a lot. I just like to let the ball come to me. Bend but don't break. That's what I do.
Very easy for the losing team, as I've been in this position myself, where the losing team, when they throw a pick like that, they can remember it a little bit differently. So I've 100% been there. Connor, coach's question for the coach.
Yeah, Alex, congrats on a big win. I asked you something very similar to this in the booth earlier, and I'm going to ask you pretty much the same question again because my creativity is just trash right now. But obviously, little Alex is the clear, number one with a bullet within the NFC. You, Lucky, and me, honestly, I'd say are all kind of like in the same category. The cycle of like, we're good, we're frisky, but we haven't shown that consistent elite status yet. What's it going to take? Much like I asked Lucky, what's going to take the Bears to what's going to take for you to potentially make a run here and try to knock off little Alex and make your own run to the Super Bowl potentially?
I've just got to be consistent on offense. I think I had a pretty good day passing, and I used Justin Fields' legs for the first time like all season. Like I don't have a single rushing touchdown with him up until this game. Got a few scrambles. Just kept the defense honest, and obviously playing good lockdown defense.
Surprised you didn't ask, Connor. Was it just that first interception for pick six? Did you just double click A by accident, or was that just a?
Oh yeah,
not your best read?
No,
Yeah.
I was just locked in on.
Okay, that's what we figured.
And the second I pressed the button, went, oh fuck, damn, why did I do that?
Yeah.
Like that was stupid. Like damn it. Okay.
I appreciate you doing that because it introduced a new character to our stream. Her name is Kellen Heller. She makes one of the worst reads out there. So appreciate you doing that. As you can see, the playoff picture on the board here. So congratulations. I've cements you. I believe that clinches you a playoff spot. I think
More or less.
I don't know 100%, but almost clinches you. I think one more win will get you that clinch of a playoff spot. But congratulations on that. Connor, any final thoughts before we go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah, big win. Obviously, as I said, big win for the Bears. I'm just excited to see how things break out. We have some really interesting wildcard races in both conferences. CMass, you and I are both kind of involved in it here. We'll see how things break out. But let's have a great rest of the season, ladies and gentlemen. And let's have a great playoffs. This is when BLN thrives. So I know CMass is excited. I'm excited to keep bringing you all some more content here, some more announced games. And it's going to be fun. I really... especially in the AFC, but really just throughout the Better League here, I really have no idea who's going to win it all this year. So that makes for a fun season.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for being in here. We had a couple subs, Taint subbed and Dan subbed, so thank you so much. And then Cam also subbed earlier today. So thank you all so much for making Better League Network great. Hope you all have a fantastic night. Last two games are tomorrow. One is in the afternoon, one is at night. So we should have Vance around 10 p.m. tomorrow. Get your game scheduled as best you can. Apologize that it was delayed a little bit, but we'll get it in. Either way, it still will be an early advance. So hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night.